Good afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot. For today's pick a card reading, we are going to be getting a message from your future self. If you are new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to center your energy, and focus in on pile number 1, 2, or 3. And if more than one pile calls out to you, there may be messages in each pile for you. And once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also pin them as the top comment. But please remember, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you, your life, your situation, and just go ahead and leave the rest behind. Without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on your cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Hi, group number 1. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what message your future self has for you. And we just used this strength card to be able to determine which pile you wanted. So we're going to go ahead and put that right back here in the deck. And we're going to give her a good shuffle and get some guidance. Oh, Seven of Cups wants to come out. So maybe there's a lot of options and you're maybe a little unsure of what your next steps are or what to do. And this is a very newer, stiff deck. So bear with me for just a second. Harder to shuffle. Okay, so for group number 1, message from their future self. What do they need to know? Okay, so I'm going to move that little guy right up here out of the way. We have the 8 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Wands, this lets you know, your future self is letting you know, hey, it's not going to be that much longer for you to have to wait for something. A helping hand for some of you with the 3 of Pentacles. This is an energy of collaboration, of learning, of adjusting, trying new things, hobbies, artisanship. I mean, the possibilities with this really are endless, and as are your beautiful, lovely energies. But something is shifting very quickly that is going to make you feel more in alignment with your soul family, with people who are more like-minded, or just finding your place, your found family, your soul family out in the world. This is the vibe I'm really getting. But also, the 8 of Swords, it does, yes, talk about swift moving energy and taking action. But it also, to me, is such a card of really discovering your life purpose, or just having this really deep sense of purpose, because with purpose, a lot of times we get this sure-footedness beneath us to really project us in such a beautiful way. It's like we are just completely in the flow and we are able to cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time. And that's what your future self is coming in to let you know, is you're really going to cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time. Whatever it is you're trying to manifest or create or experience. The time, yes, patience is kind of a key or a virtue here, but the time is going to pass anyway, is what your future self is saying. It's like, we might as well get started now, because look at me, this future version of you doing the thing you want to do. And I think most of you, when I said doing the thing you want to do, you intuitively thought of something. So whatever that was, if you want to just pause right now and go ahead and journal about what it is that you really want to experience or manifest or do or be or become. Go ahead and pause and go ahead and write that out right now to get some clarity on what that might be. For those of you that are like, I don't know, I wasn't really thinking of anything, that's okay too. There's something that will come on your radar very soon, because 8 of Wands is quick moving energy that is going to let you know what direction you're going, and you're going to have this sense of purpose behind it. Could even be with a group of people, a group of friends, a group of family members, creating something, maybe starting a business. This could be people that are in school. Maybe you are working on a project with multiple people, but this to me feels very exciting, whatever it is. All right, let's go ahead and get some additional information from your future self. What do the wonderful viewers of Group 1 need to know right now from their future self? So we literally are tuning into your energy, just a future version, on the linear timeline of your wonderful energy. What you're doing, who you are, who you're with. We're tuning into this. I'm really picking up for most of you, this is the future you of about a year from now, but if this to you feels more close to you or farther out, of course, we will adjust. But we have here sacred breath and sound, life force and communication. So some of you have been trying to communicate with the spiritual world or your spirit guides, maybe even your spirit animals. or someone from beyond the veil. You've been trying or wishing to really enhance or upgrade your communication skills with the other side, and future you is letting you know, hey, we're doing it. We are really feeling in beyond the veil and connecting with the one or the ones that we've been trying to connect with. One of the best ways your future self is telling me you can do this is through sacred breath, which would be like pranayama, or doing something like Tai Chi or meditation or yoga, where you're really focusing in on your breath, chanting mantras or like the word Om over and over can really help you connect to your sacred breath. And of course, sound, making sounds with your throat chakra could really put you in alignment, quite possibly even with something very creative, but this is very expressive. Whatever it is, you're expressing your soul essence to someone or something. Some of you are channeling this wonderful information from the divine into something you're creating, be it a book or an art piece or a YouTube channel or a business idea. I mean, the possibilities really are endless here. But there is a new beginning coming for you where you feel more of your vital life force energy coming online so that you can express yourself, where maybe before you felt your light was really dim or you weren't allowed to speak your truth. Well, now's the time. Now really is the time. And we also have the sensuality card with feminine wisdom and passion. So your future self is letting you know you guys are getting where you want to go by tuning more into that feminine side. Yes, there is that more masculine energy underlying this reading of taking action and putting yourself out there and communicating and doing all these things, but there is the balance of also allowing yourself time to rest, recuperate, receive. That's always a good word, but a lot of times we feel like, well, even if we do receive, now I got to turn around and pay that favor back to that person or pay it forward to someone else. It doesn't always work exactly like that, but you're finding a better balance. Your future self is letting you know between doing all the time and sometimes allowing yourself to rest. It's very important. And then with the number 38, we have an 11. So we have a 10 and an 11. Forward progression, forward momentum, forward movement. So I'm so proud of you already, Group 1, for taking this leap of faith into your destiny. This is powerful. And also the number 11 and 1, 111. So maybe you are seeing the number 111 everywhere you go, or it's your favorite number, or maybe you're a life path 1 or a life path 11. This is very important for you to feel you are on your path with these signs, symbols, and synchronicities from Spirit. And one of the things they send you is 11s and 1s on the clock, on license plates, on people's t-shirts, whatever it is. But they will get that message out to you very loud and clear when you see a 1. All right, what else does group number 1? And hey, you're group 1. So it makes sense why you picked the number 1. Okay, what does group 1 need to know from their future self? And we have here the shaman, trust in higher forces. That's exactly what you guys are doing. Look at this. You are connecting to your higher self. Your future self might even be more embodied of your higher self. Every day that you really tune in and become even more spiritual. I mean, we are spiritual. It is our natural essence. But, we think, oh, I got to become spiritual, or I got to practice being more spiritual. Sure, but at the same time, it is your natural state. So it should feel, for all of us, it should feel very natural, but for most of us, it feels very foreign because we're told, many of us from a very young age, that tapping into those higher forces, that's make-believe. Oh, that's an imaginary friend. You're not really seeing these things, or that's not real. But it is, and you know that, and you're tuning back into this inner child that was maybe stifled or told, hey, you can't communicate with spirit. That's just not a thing. When you die, you're gone. No, your future self is letting you know you're tuning back into this. You are my, past life shamans, high priestesses, stars. You are star seeds, earth angels, light workers, healers. That's who you are at the heart of who you are. But we also have here spring, see your seeds grow. And that is such a beautiful culmination of, maybe the seed you've planted in the past that you thought, well, that was a dud. It's not going to work out. But you're finally seeing that break the surface. And I think that patience being a virtue. Some of you are seeing a delayed sprouting of the seed you may have planted a long time ago. And you're just waiting and hoping and praying that something is going to work out. But you taking time to take care of yourself and really tune into how you feel in your body, in your emotions, in your mental capacity, and as well as your spiritual, can really help make this a well-rounded experience for you. Your higher self and your future self, they feel very in tune, very aligned. So I'm almost wanting to say that your higher self has hijacked this future self reading for you. that the seeds you have planted or will be planting very soon are going to pay off in major ways. And you're going to have so much help from your spirit team, from other people, from your family, from support systems that maybe aren't doing what you're doing, but they're supporting or, cheering you on from the sidelines. Wow. So powerful. What a great message from your future self. I hope this resonated, Group 1. Please feel free to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share. We're a brand new channel over here, a spin-off of the Dunn Creative, which is a channel that kind of crashed and burned a little bit. So I'm starting all over from zero, so I do appreciate all those likes, those comments, shares, subscribes, and we don't have super thanks enabled over here, I don't think quite yet. And I'm not monetized, but I do have my PayPal linked below for those that would like to send a donation. Never ever expected, but always greatly appreciated to keep this channel just pumping up that hill as we get, on the way to monetization over here. And I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. Alright, you guys, bye! Hello to my lovelies who selected pile 2 and the strength card from the White Newman Tarot. This is going to be your message from your future self. And buckle up. These have been already, we've only done one pile so far, but I'm already feeling this huge rush of excitement getting into your reading. And every time I close out, Group 1 and then move into Group 2 and same for Group 3, I try to recenter myself and slow my speech down because I just get so excited and so amped up by your guys' lovely energy that I'm just like, I gotta get it all out. I gotta tell everybody right now. And I centered myself, I grounded myself, I just kind of tried to slow down, and then the second I got you guys lined up here on the table, I'm ready to, go Mach 80. So there's something, you guys are just like chomping at the bit, or, you're in those starting gates, or the starting, what do they call those things on the soccer, oh my gosh, no, not soccer, like the track meet, like the 100-yard dash and the different track meets, like the foot things where you're in the starting thingies. If anyone knows what that is, let me know below, because I feel like an idiot right now. But it's like you guys are in there and your butt's kind of jumping up and down, like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to just jump in. I know what to do. I've done this 100 times in my head. I've run through it. I am ready to shine. I'm ready. It's go time. It almost feels like someone who has practiced their lines for a play, and it is opening night. Like, dress rehearsal was yesterday. Today, it's opening night. You are excited. You know you're going to deliver your lines in the best way possible. This to me feels like part of your destiny. This is huge. Message from your future self. Let's get into it. I feel we've already gotten into it, but let's continue. We're going to put her back because this was just to select the pile. All right. So we're going to shuffle real good here. Both ways. That's one way. Hot tip. All my card lovers out there. If you don't want your cards to start bowing like this, shuffle them one way front and one way back, and then you'll maintain a nice straight riffle. When you're riffle shuffling, you'll maintain a nice straight deck. Okay, I don't know why I just felt the need to teach you guys something right there, but there you go. Okay, ooh, one more from Group 2's future self. What do they need to know right now? Your energy is just so vivacious and fun. Like, I'm heating up. And I do tend to heat up when I start channeling spirit, but I'm channeling your future self, which, technically you are spirit, so, I get it. But there's a lot of energy here, so I'm going to have to take off my little hoodie here. So what do we have from your future self? We have the 5 of Wands and the Page of Swords. Okay, this is why we were getting that kind of chomping at the bit. I'm ready. I know what to do. I just heard problem solved. There is something you guys have been trying to figure out, or cycles maybe that you have been repeating over and over and over, and you are like, I'm just so over this thing, this relationship, this situation, whatever it is. You have found an amicable solution, not just for you, but for anyone else involved. Because this 5 of Wands, they are not, wands up fighting each other like a stick sword battle. These people have, aligned their swords to, act in tandem, or act, together as a team, or work together for a common outcome, or a mutually beneficial goal. So for someone watching this to me feels like you're finally coming to an agreement in maybe a custody battle, or a divorce settlement or something, where you're both finally on the same page and agreeing, yes, let's just do this. We'll both feel like we've, gotten what we needed out of this, and then we can go our separate ways. For others of you, this to me feels like finally finding the one with a relationship, a home, a car, a job. You finally found something that you cannot wait to sign that contract or say yes or dive in, whatever this is. If this is a relationship, you may be getting, this might be a spoiler alert for those out there that are, in a relationship that are not, committed. This might be an up-leveling of a commitment. Either, hey, let's move in together. Hey, marry me. Hey, let's have a baby. This is an up-level of a commitment in a relationship. And with this Page of Swords, there is more communication, swift incoming communication from outside of you. So this could be a letter, an email, someone coming and meeting up with you and saying something to you that is going to change everything for you. Your future self is saying, get excited for this. This is this is an announcement. This is news coming from someone that I think already you're intuitively thinking of this someone that's going to bring you good news in some capacity with your home, your life, your work, career, your money, your love life, whatever it is. There's someone bringing you news, good news, or, announcing something to you that is going to change the game for you. Okay, of course you have a lot of involvement in this too, but we're going to get further into this. Message from your future self. Group 2's future self. Okay, there's one, and then this one also. Wow, we have brilliant beliefs, luminous life force, and personal power. I was already tuning into this luminous life force. You guys are just so bright and shiny. You're burning me. I was burning up in that hoodie, but in a good way, Yes, you are changing the game, flipping the script. We've got the number 45 here, which adds up to 9. Closing out that cycle so that you can start in with this fresh new opportunity, this news that you're receiving to, no more chomping at the bit. You are on your way. Reclaiming your personal power. This is so powerful. I'm almost like in happy tears right now. Like this, I don't know what this is specifically for each of you, and your future self is like, shh. We can't spoil the surprise, but just know, please you guys, just know, it's going to be too widely varied for me to even tune into one or two, and I don't want to spoil the surprise for anybody. So your future self is saying, we're going to keep this under wraps, me and Amanda and Spirit, for now, but you're going to know soon enough, and you're going to be like, okay, I see what you did there, and you're going to be so proud of yourselves. I am so proud of you. I think I even said that in group 1. I'm so proud of you guys. Yeah. And then we have idyllic times, the garden and paradise. You are stepping into a more ideal version of your life, of yourself, of your destiny, of your life purpose, something that feels more supportive to you than anything else. Because with these 5 wands, one lady, or these 2 ladies in the front here, are holding this wand across, and the woman in the middle is also holding it, supporting it, stabilizing it. These 2 women in the front are also holding these 2 wands, and then the 2 women in the back are holding these wands. So there is a network or a web of help, of love, of support underlying your destiny, your goals, your wishes and desires in this life. The things you want to experience and be and become are not just happenstance or so we can keep up with the Joneses. That is not your vibe at all. You guys have always, marched to the beat of your own drum. You've always done things your way, even if it was the harder way. You guys aren't used to, feeling broken and beaten down because you don't go with the flow of, the norm or keeping up with the Kardashians. That is so not your vibe. So to know, it's all along been this way, but you're finally claiming your thread within the tapestry or your, silk within that web of creation of your own life, co-creating your reality. You're finally claiming your luminous life force and your personal power because you are shifting majorly some belief systems about lack or about just not feeling very confident or about the fact that, you are worthy. You're closing those out to know that you are worthy, that you do deserve the things that you want in life. And I want to show you just on this card too. I know this is kind of like a crackly kind of, I don't know, something or other, but to me it kind of feels like a network of wires or webs or kind of cracks, but I'm seeing these cracks as actually a good thing. They're stabilizing something you've got going on. This is a network or a web or a pattern underlying what you're trying to accomplish or be or do or become. It's so powerful. All right. What other messages does Group 2's future self have for them? I just heard get ready and big ticket item. So I don't know what that means. That might mean specifically different things to different people. But we have Air Guardian, shift your perception. What were we just saying? What were we just saying? You are shifting those belief systems. And that's exactly what you're doing with this Air Guardian card as well. And they're really telling me now to look to the air trine in your birth chart. Those of you that follow astrology and would like to do some additional homework, fun stuff, if you have any planets in the sign of Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or wherever those houses fall in that chart, whatever planets are aspecting, whatever planets rule those houses. Of course, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, Libra is ruled by Venus, and Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, and in Western astrology, Uranus as well. So find those planets to give some additional like deep digging to where you're really shifting your perception and reclaiming your personal power by shifting limiting beliefs. These are the houses it's happening in. Wow, so powerful. If this was my pile, I did not actually select a pile. I probably should have, and it probably should have been this one. I'm a Libra ascendant, so this would mean everything for me. I think this would be amazing. I did not include my energy in this, so this is all you guys. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this feels so good to me, you guys. I'm so excited for you. Then we have Stargazer, Set Your Sights Higher. So there are two cards about your perception and your sights. Setting your sights higher, shifting your perception higher, your luminous life force, the higher self, allowing more of those idyllic times, those paradise energies of your higher self where you're just embodying your soul, your essence, your life, your light. You're embodying this on such a higher plane than you've ever been able to before. But I think this has come after a long time of healing or fighting, maybe even against yourself, to try to find who you are on a deeper level. But this news that's coming in is going to allow you even further to step into what you're here to do and not to just settle for anything less, because you deserve better. Set your sights higher. You've been settling, Group 2. Your future self is saying, we don't need to do that anymore, sis or bro. We don't need to do that anymore at all. So you guys are really stepping into this power in such a big way that you're just like bye Felicia-ing. Is that a word? Bye Felicia-ing. Anything that is deeming you settling for something less than what you deserve, because this is what you deserve. The idyllic times, the garden, the paradise energy of being able to embody more of your future/higher self. And it's so powerful, you guys. So I hope that resonated for you, Group 2. You will have to let me know below what you thought, because I always love to hear from you guys. If this moved you in any way, what you thought about it, what you think this might be, talking about, this possible news coming in, who it might be associating with. I'm a little nosy. I like to know what you guys got going on, so let me know in the comments below. We're a brand new channel over here, a spin-off of the Dunn Creative, which is a channel that kind of crashed and burned a little bit. So I'm starting all over from zero, so I do appreciate all those likes, those comments, shares, subscribes, and we don't have super thanks enabled over here, I don't think quite yet. And I'm not monetized, but I do have my PayPal linked below for those that would like to send a donation. Never ever expected, but always greatly appreciated to keep this channel just pumping up that hill as we get, on the way to monetization over here, and I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. Alright, you guys, bye! Hello, Group 3. Well, Groups 1 and 2 really blew it away or hit it out of the park, knocked it out of the park, so I'm sure you guys will do nothing less than that as well. You guys are awesome. Let's go ahead and get into this message from your future self. I cannot wait to see what comes out. I'm so excited. So we just use this to select our pile. This is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot for those wondering. And we're just going to shuffle. She's kind of a thick daddy, so we're going to try our best to shuffle. Of course, my little owl likes to move every time I shuffle. Sorry about that. Alright, message from Group 3's higher self. Ooh, higher self. I meant future self, but hey, Groups 1 and 2 were both really starting to embody more aspects of their higher selves. So, maybe you guys are doing the same. From Group 3's future self / possibly higher self, what messages are coming through? Ooh, there's a choice point coming up. A decision that needs to be made. Let's get some more information. Ooh, you're being asked, Group 3, to go in a new direction with a relationship, with a job, with a career, with like a situation, with a home, with this isn't just one area of life. This is multiple areas of life that you're kind of at a precipice point. And it's very interesting because not all of these cards have these little floating islands like this. See? Nope. 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 Sorry, I'm annoying. Okay. So you see, they don't all have these little plots of land, these little floating islands. But because both of your cards do, and this is really telling a story, to me, you know, this one we flip first, so it's almost like this one needs to go here. The choice will be made. And it's like you're right down the middle. Do I choose the day? Do I choose the night? Do I choose what I've known, or do I choose the unknown? You're choosing the unknown. You're stepping into your own future, and it's like your future self is offering you this flower from beyond, you know, time and space continuum to let you know you've made the right choice. And intuitively, those of you that know you need to do something, but it's just going to be difficult or a lot of work, or do it anyway. And I think this message, same thing came through in group, I think it was group 1. The time's going to pass anyway, so you might as well start now. That is your future self's biggest takeaway. The time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well start now on that project, on that business idea, on that book you want to write, on that, you know, journey to self-love, journey to your, you know, spiritual healing, whatever it is. Because you guys are so amazing and unique. I don't want to just pigeonhole this down into one little avenue. You guys are vastly different people and have a lot of different experiences and wants and wishes and hopes, and your future self knows what's on your heart and soul. So whatever's intuitively hitting for you, that is the name of the game. And for many of you, I think this is so many different areas of life. You can't just say it's 1, 2, or 3 things. It's 20 different things you want to shift and change and take a leap of faith on in a whole new direction energetically. To me, really, this combination feels like leaving the 3D Earth matrix and going to the 5D, you know, New Earth kind of matrix. The original blueprint matrix of the planet. Not that, you know, artificial prison 3D grid that was placed upon the original ley lines. You're lifting yourselves way up out, way up on and out. And now my crown is tingling, gotta itch my hair. You guys, this is a major spiritual upgrade. But many of you are being asked right now to remove the blindfold. Face your shadow. Face those tougher parts of yourself, the parts you don't want to, you know, face in the mirror. Now is the time. Because the time's going to pass anyway. And you're still going to reach your destiny point no matter what. But it would serve you best if you just got with the you know, your future self sending a little tough love your way. You know, it's time to get with the program. But there are some of you watching that you have been getting with the program. This may have really kicked off for you in August of 2022. So whenever you're watching this, if that doesn't resonate, it could be the August right before, because I'm actually filming this November 1st of 2022. So just a couple months ago, there might have been this fire lit under your butt, or just you hit such a rock bottom, or just kind of an like apathetic point in your life that I'm like, I want more excitement, I want more fun, I want more, you know, I want to feel my purpose. And that's what you're stepping into, is more of your purpose. And some of you haven't quite yet, because the energy here is, you know, some of you have, some of you haven't, and some of you will later. And some of you are right now, today, maybe made a choice or made a decision that was a big leap of faith. Today, maybe the day you're watching this, or the day before you're watching this, or maybe right the day after. You know, that's kind of now energy, is just like a few days time frame. But let's get some additional messages from your future self. What else does group 3 need to know? Messages from their future self and spirit. Ooh, we have Sacred Gratitude. This card has been coming out a lot. I haven't used this deck a lot, but in the recent readings that I've used this deck in, this has come out every single time. This might have even been a choice on a recent pick a card, and you may have actually picked this card, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I filmed so many pick a cards. You know, the energy sometimes, once it's done, it's flowed out, but I do think I remember seeing this on, it might have been my Good News pick a card reading that I have recently put out. Like last week, I think that was. But we're going to get more guidance. And we also have Healing Earth. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. This really does go in alignment with what we were talking about, you know, the old matrix and then the new Earth matrix, the original blueprint of the planet. You guys are literally on this planet, feet on ground, boots on ground, to heal this planet. The power to give and receive healing. You guys are healers. And some of you may have a difficult way or a difficult decision to make to finally step into this role, like role, I mean. But I said rule. It's very interesting. It's almost like you think you're breaking the rules. by stepping into this role of healer. I think ultimately you've wanted to be a healer, but some of you might even be in the medical field watching this, or wanted to be a nurse or a doctor when you grew up, but just never happened. But I think some of you that may be in the medical field or wanted to be and it didn't happen, may have somehow felt that the way the Western, medical system is set up wasn't quite it for you, wasn't quite right. And you're looking for something deeper, more quantum, more energetic. And here she is, she's got both her hands on the tree, like healing it, or allowing the tree to heal her. Maybe it's a give and a take, quite possibly. And then here we have her with her back against the tree. Like this tree is a solid, something she can lean on in times of need and crisis and, needing that extra, I'm tired, I'm weary, I need somewhere to lean against so I feel the comfort. And in turn of you really leaning and relying on Mother Earth, you can then use that beautiful energy that flows through you from Mother Earth, from the quantum field, from beyond the veil, from your higher self, from Source itself, from God, whatever you call that energy. And allow that to flow through you. You don't have to give. That's the thing. You don't have to give your personal life force energy to others when you heal them. No, you just allow that universal or quantum or, God energy to flow through you and into whatever or whoever or wherever it is that you are healing. So you don't have to deplete your own reserves. Much like we do when we take action on things, think of a mother waking up, feeding their newborn baby, getting the other kids off to school, cleaning the house. There's a lot of your own personal energy going into this stuff. But when you are channeling, divine healing energy, yes, sometimes it can tire us a bit, but if we set the intention to not only heal someone else, but as that energy, that lovely, universal, divine healing energy flows through us, it is recharging, rejuvenating, and energizing us as well. You will feel so good about healing yourself, healing others. But to get, yourself down the road on a healing journey is not an easy thing. Many people, just your average person out there, is almost in denial with the amount of healing they need. Not just even from this life or their own traumatic childhood or what have you, but past lives. Past lives on other planets and past lives in really traumatic, circumstances, and bringing a lot of that soul baggage into this life with you. Even if you had an amazing life in this life, you may have soul baggage from a past life that has really affected you. And why can't I just get my life together? The rest of my family seems fine. You're healing. Your future self is letting you know you are stepping into this role of healer. So if you want nothing to do with healing, this just may not be your pile, because this is all about healing. And having appreciation for even the bad things that have happened, the gifts that you've received, where you grew up, the people in your life. Just having appreciation for both the good, the bad, and everything in between, because it has shaped and helped morph you into who you are. But it doesn't, that being said, does not have to be your identity of a victim of abuse or a victim of, a past life crime that was committed against you or whatever it was. Something heavy. You do not have to claim that as your identity, because you're healing through it. To claim that identity of healer, of channel for universal love and energy. So powerful, you guys, but you're having so much more gratitude. Once you make this big life-changing decision, take this leap of faith, clear any confusion you've got going on. I've seen this sense of clarity just wash over you. And maybe this reading, the energy of your future self coming through to you in this reading, specifically, not me. I have really nothing to do with this. I'm just the channel through which this comes. So I'm not claiming any prize for being the one to draw this to your attention. This is your future self that directed you to this reading, that is now directing you to this information, that is going to bring you in alignment with your future self to accomplish what you're trying to do. And I think for many of you, you're trying to heal. You're trying to heal your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, in any way, in every way possible. Heal your career, heal your personal relationships, heal your marriage, heal your relationship with your parents, heal the earth. Heal your home, heal your pets. You guys just want to heal it all. You guys are like my Care Bears, and I love you guys. But let's get some additional messages. I think I'm just going to start talking in circles because you guys really heal, heal, heal. Someone may have actually even recently hurt their heel. Not heal like healing, but the heel of your foot. Or you're having issues with strain, maybe with the Achilles tendon or something. Very interesting. I think that might just be literally for one person. Doesn't mean you're going to hurt yourself. This is past energy that I'm getting from your future self, but it's past energy to you right now. We have Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in changing times. Oh my goodness. Changing times from 3D to 5D. That's exactly what you're here to do, putting your beautiful bare feet on this earth. Ooh. Someone needs to plug their heel into Mother Earth as well. Very interesting. Yes. Yes. But trust your talents. Trust this past life healing, shamanic, high priest, high priestess, healer energy. Because you guys have been healers in many lives. This is one of your favorite kind of archetypes to embody in every life, is the light, the archetype of the healer. And sage. Of course, group 3. Be devoted and committed to your healing journey, to helping heal others. Of course, we cannot step on their free will. We have to have their permission to heal them. But who you do not have to have permission to heal is Mother Earth, because her permission is already granted. There are maybe some little strongholds and locations on Earth that you may feel you don't have the energy or the permission granted to heal. But a lot of times it's because they are inundated with darkness. And you do. You have the birthright permission because you were literally birthed onto this earth, made of stardust and, of course, also this earth, carbon. You were made of this earth and stardust to come here and make a difference. And you are being more devoted and committed than ever by making this major change in your life, or maybe it's changes for some of you. Again, maybe catalyzed around August of the year, the prior August to whenever you're watching. To be able to make that leap of faith into who you really are. You're allowing the masks and veils and blindfolds of who you think you are to fall away, to claim your birthright, your soul right, as a healer, as someone very talented to deal with these changing and challenging times on Earth. But it's going to take a lot of time, love, effort, healing, and devotion on your part, and gratitude for even getting the chance to be here. Do you know how many souls signed up or wanted to be here during these shifting times? Do you know how many? Do you know how many are watching Beyond the Veil with their popcorn because they did not get a seat at the table? They did not get to be boots on ground like you. This is a gift. As almost mocking as that sounds at times when we are in our lowest points and going through those dark nights of the soul and living paycheck to paycheck and struggling and, being abused, being, violence all over the globe. It is a gift, though. It really is. And you're picking out and finding things to be grateful for, even if you feel like your life is a dumpster fire. Guess what? Mine has been too. But it's during those times that things really, yes, they may feel confusing at times, but there are also other times that you get this crystal clear clarity that I know this is not what I want anymore. I'm going to leave. I'm going to move. I'm going to shift my energy, shake up, wake up, break up, make up, wake up into something better. That's what you're doing. Wow. I did not expect any or all, let alone all of these readings to turn highly spiritual and connected beyond the veil. To pretty much, we should have just called this a higher self reading. We should call it like we see it. This is a reading from your higher self, because you are embodying more and more and more of your higher self as you go through your incarnation here on this planet. So just know that your future self and your higher self are like this. And you and your future self and higher self are also like this. You just maybe don't realize it yet. You're tight. You're tight. You're friends. You're supportive of each other. You are a team working to create healing, rippling out on this planet in waves, in droves, I'm hearing. Wow, I could just keep going on and, patting your back and telling you how amazing you are, but I think you get the message, right? Right, group 3? You get the message. You're amazing. So if you haven't heard that today, please let me tell you, you are amazing. Thank you so much for stepping into this beautiful energetic space that we share here on Harmony Portal Tarot. I love each and every one of you so much, and I just want to say, please, feel free to sound off in the comments if this resonated, what you thought about it, if you think I'm full of crap, whatever, be decent, be respectful about it. But I'm here to hear any criticism, hopefully more on the constructive side if you are criticizing. But yeah, just let me know if this resonated or not. I'd love to hear from you guys. We're a brand new channel over here, a spin-off of the Dunn Creative, which is a channel that kind of crashed and burned a little bit. So I'm starting all over from zero, so I do appreciate all those likes, those comments, shares, subscribes, and we don't have super thanks enabled over here, I don't think quite yet. And I'm not monetized, but I do have my PayPal linked below for those that would like to send a donation. Never ever expected, but always greatly appreciated to keep this channel just pumping up that hill as we get, on the way to monetization over here. And I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye.